This show has outdated attitudes, language, and views which may cause offense today. If you don't like it, suck it. If you don't like Valhalla, what is your profession? Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Mornings of Mischief. I'm your host, Stone Loki. Good morning out there, everyone, and good morning to the Rabbi. How are you doing this morning?
How you doing? I love your intro music. I'm so pumped up. I want to go and invade Poland now. I'm like, let's go, berserkers!
Yeah, 300. Yeah, rise of the Spartans. Valhalla, fire it up. Well, that's exactly all. That's all thanks to Dega Outlaw. He's the one who started the whole fired up thing. Author, doctor and author of Dega Outlaw, really great guy. Wonderful sci-fi writer. But I see that you have some stuff of your own, sir. I was looking at your Indiegogo, and I was like, man, this guy's got, especially the ladies. I was like, holy shit.
We are very good with the male gaze.
Yes,
yes, we are well prepared. Well, listen, I have to say, I think there's this real bizarre hatred of heterosexuality now. It's really bizarre. Like people it's not okay to be straight anymore. And so my screen's completely frozen. I don't know if you can still hear me.
I can hear you. I can hear you. I can see you. We're good.
Okay, great. Oh, there it was moving for me. So I thought it's I was a little bit like reticent about pumping up the eye candy, but then I was looking at Mandy, was it Walk the Wizards campaign? Yes. And that was just like, I was like, oh, you know what? I feel so much better about it now. And she totally, like, without realizing it, she totally like made it kosher for me. So, thank you very much. And I think thank you for everybody who's benefiting from it as well.
Oh, yeah. We even have I do a comic book stream on Tuesday with a great bunch of guys. We call it the Comic Book Roundtable. And there is a segment we invented called the Male Gaze, just for female superheroes in their outfits. Yeah, male gaze. Yeah,
listen,
gotta love it.
Honestly, most of this stuff, that we grew up with and we love works best when you make it for like 9-year-old boys. When you aim at 9-year-old boys, it's awesome. Like, the Mandalorian, although that's lost its sheen for me now. Now they fired Gina Carano. Yeah. But when you make it for 8-year-old boys, it's freaking awesome. When you make it for 8-year-old girls, it sucks. It just sucks. And I just want to make it for 8-year-old girls an awful lot. So, that's where we are.
Yes, they do. I'm Mexican Iron Man. I've been up all night doing taxes, stayed up to see what this is about. Oh my, just checked out the Indiegogo. I'm buying now. Holy moly.
Oh, you're a diamond, sir. I tell you what, if everybody comes to my live stream tomorrow night, it's the Jewish holiday of Purim, where you get drunk, where you can't tell the difference between good and evil. You do that more on Friday, actually. But I will do a shot every time buys every time somebody backs a book. One way or another, I will do a shot.
Well, Mexican Iron Man is like the Indiegogo guy around here. 14 pages. 14 pages of Indiegogo buys on his on his account. I couldn't believe that when I saw it. I was like, you got 14 pages.
Not 14 projects. 14, that's crazy.
Yeah, 14 pages, not 14. Yeah. And you were mentioning Wart the Wizard. He's got all that. He loves her. Of course, Ethan and pretty much everybody that in Comicsgate he's backed. So many wonderful campaigns. I just got what was it? The Graham Nolan, the Alien Alamo. I just backed that. I'm gonna back yours.
Nice.
I'm gonna get your 40 for 40. You got a deal 40 for 40 or something like that. I was looking at that last night.
Yeah, that's okay. There are two books in the campaign, and they're two real meaty sized books. We got one 100-page book. It's the Imperium. I call it a love letter to telefantasy of the 1960s. So it's basically everything mashed up that I kind of liked in one kind of reality bending narrative, right? So we got that's the one, and we got this other book called Biblical Bible Stories for Atheist Creationists, Rationists, and Rogues. That's 220 pages with like 180 pages of story in it. That's so that's got a feel of like an early Vertigo book, like the early Sandmans or even Swamp Thing, the pre-Vertigos, like the Jamie Delino run on Hellblazer. That kind of like that's because that's the sort of stuff I grew up absolutely loving. So listen, we got two great. So normally they're one is $25, one is $20. Right now we have I think what 20 or 30 of them left. This is the cover to one of the books. 20 or 30 of them left. Where it's $5 cheaper. I am coming up with cheaper shipping for Canada, Australia. Was it Canada and Australia? Canada's ridiculous how much they're charging for shipping that. I've worked out it's cost me about an extra $5 to print in Canada. I just got to find a fulfillment service that'll do it for me in Canada. But I'll pay. Like right now, it's like $40 for shipping to Canada, which is freaking nuts. I'm like anybody who pays that, I have to give more to the campaign because it's crazy, right? So, but if I print in Canada and find a fulfillment service there, we can bring that price down to like $15-20 max. So, which is what I'm really trying to. And anybody who's from Canada who's already backed it, I will absolutely refund anybody the difference. I'm just waiting on prices. I'm waiting on prices so I can add it into the campaign.
That's absolutely epic. Yeah, it's so hard to get into Canada. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was going to say. So you're saying for the 40 for 40, so you get both books, and there are 4 art cards, which is probably going to expand to 5 or 10 by the time the campaign finishes. The campaign is going pretty nicely. I think we're going to hit that stretch goal where we're going to hit that pretty soon. We add another 5 pages into the Imperium, and then the next stretch goal we can do another 5 art cards. I'm thinking the way it's tracking right now, if we're lucky, we're going to have an extra 20 pages in the Imperium. And we're gonna have 10 art cards by the time we're done. Or if it does really well, I'm giving people the 40,000-50,000 stretch goal is there's gonna be another comic there's a backup strip in one of the books. I'm gonna pull that out. I'm gonna add another 10 pages to it, and I'll make it a whole nother book. But that's if we get there. That's if we get the 20,000 stretch goals. I'm reasonably optimistic about.
And Chris Persian says half that shipping into Canada is federal tax. Can you believe that?
Exactly.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
You know what? I didn't realize how much. And Ireland as well. I had Ireland as one of the was it one of the international countries? I thought that would just come onto England. No, so I've added in a new tier for Ireland, where you get where you pay normal shipping, you don't pay crazy shipping. But here, let me show you the art cards that go with them. This is a series called For the Male Gaze, which is I know it's important for you. The brief I gave myself when coming up with these cards were, what were my genre-related masturbatory fantasies when I was 12? And I'm telling you, I had freaking awesome taste, absolutely awesome taste. So the first card in the series is a bit of a James Bondy card. I call this one "Keeping the British End Up." Right, it's which is the last line in my favorite James Bond movie, The Spy Who Loved Me, which is freaking awesome. It's I think the best opening of a James Bond movie, best looking Bond girl, and best ending. Right. So have you ever seen The Spy Who Loved Me?
Yeah, that's you're talking about the one with the iceberg submarine, right? At the
No,
beginning? No.
that's the View to a Kill. I think that
Okay.
that one ended up right. That one ended up with joined forces with a female acrobat troupe to take out the bad guys, and an Indian female acrobat group, and it was freaking awful. I love that one. No, the Spy Who Loved Me ends up James Bond's in this underwater base, right, and he escapes in this giant Hershey Kiss shaped escape craft, and so him and Barbara Buck, Ringo Starr's wife, and it's really weird because he's way too old to be James Bond right at when he started. Even so, they're floating away in this like thing, and they get picked up by this massive aircraft carrier. They don't realize it because they're in the midst of a passionate embrace, and right there you have Major GOGO, or he might be General GOGO. I think it was Major GOGO, which is the Russian version of M, and you have and you have M there, and they pull up the curtain on the escape craft, and James Bond and Barbara Bach are in bed together, and Google's like, Agent Triple X, what are you doing? And M's like, Bond, what's going on? And he says, now Bond, what are you doing? And he says, I'm just trying to keep the British end up, sir. And they go, da 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 da. That's what. And I have to tell you, the artwork is by Dominic Racho. Freaking awesome artist. I found him in the Philippines. Fantastic. I really like his work. Next one I'm going to show you. It was, I think, this one. Yeah, this is a Judge Anderson one. Oh,
yes.
Going down. There you go, Judge Anderson. And tell you, let me just zoom in a little bit because you really can't.
Yes.
Until you see it a little bit more closely. And it's a bit of a cold day for Judge Anderson, obviously. I think there's a bit of nippage going on. Well, what can you do? It's the cursed earth. That's so. But I think he really nailed Judge Anderson, or at least Judge Anderson, in my mind when I was 12. Right? So
that's perfect. That's absolutely
This card is called "Don't Even Think It, Citizen." Don't even think it, citizen. So the third one I went for, I was going to say, I'm monopolizing all the body types. I'm just going for people that I'm really, really attracted to, right? So I want to go for a different type of body type. So I went for a character from Space 1999. However, Dominic has a very similar taste to me, right? It's very, very similar. And so he took this character and he made her a little bit more buxom and chunky. So I like it now. So it works for me, maybe for you. So Party Like It's 1999. That's the that one. And my favorite one, my absolute favorite one. This has been a problem my entire life. When I was a wee young lad, the exact same millisecond my puberty hit, the exact same millisecond, they cast this young lady to be the assistant in Doctor Who, Nicola Bryant, and as you see, she's a very healthy young lady. And they squeezed her into the tightest spandex you could possibly imagine, right? There was this great book. Called The Life and Scandalous Times of John Nathan Turner, the producer at the time. So he's a gay guy. And she said of him that it was a gay man's idea of what was sexy. A gay man and a 12-year-old boy. Because I tell you, she has been strapped like General Zod in the Phantom Zone, in my spank bank for decades, for absolute decades. In fact, look, I have 2 action figures of her right here, and just again.
Oh, that's epic!
Yes. So anyway, so there's that one. So and then if you join the mailing list. If you join it now, you'll still get it. We're working on a 5th card, exclusive for them. We're going to call this one. I'm sensing strong emotions, Captain. This is just the design again. We're getting those right. Poor Deanna. This is either a mirror universe where they where they don't like wearing too many clothes in that, or I actually like to think that the environmental controls have broken on the Enterprise and they had to take most things off. Yes, they had to take most. Although kudos to Dominic, I think the size and placing of the communicator badge absolutely. Let me zoom in a little bit. The size of the communicator badge, absolutely freaking perfect, right? So this series is going to continue when we hit 10,000. So the next 2 though have to be for. I promise I'm going to do 2 male ones because I have female backers, and I have gay people backing. So one of them is going to be a character from Doctor Who, Turlo, in some very short shorts. I'm not sure who's going to be the other guy. I have no gaydar, right? I have no gaydar. I was thinking a Captain Kirk with his shirt off, riveting muscles. I don't know, or maybe a Han Solo. It's for the backers to decide what they want as the male gaze, right? As the male gaze.
And Mexican Iron Man is officially backer number 89, ladies and gentlemen. He says, "Thank you, Rabbi."
You know, actually, okay. Was it Mexican Iron Man? I'm gonna put something extra in your package because you are awesome. Okay, you are freaking awesome, and I'm gonna I'm making a note of it. You're getting something extra in your. I don't know what it will be, but we'll get something good for you. I'm thinking the next one, by the way, the next male gay card is probably going to be Slave Leia, because like what collection is free without that? But yeah, I think that's the way we're going to go.
And we
fine, so, I'll answer any questions you guys have. But I think we'll keep it on this screen because why not? Why not? Actually, which was I can't tell which is better, this or the Doctor Who one. Let the chat decide. What do you guys think?
What do you guys think? What do you think's better, the Deanna Troi or the Doctor Who? Give us a 1 for Deanna and give us a 2 for Doctor Who.
There we go. Listen. Or if you prefer the Judge Anderson, get the Judge Anderson. Just tell us what you guys like, because I am very. This is a great thing about Comicsgate. I am very, very, very motivated into Fat Steven Seagal. Fat Steven Seagal's here. My God, I've never been on a stream where you're in the chat. I always laugh whenever you comment on anything. But anyway, so number 2 is what? Deanna Troi?
No, number 2 is the Doctor Who.
Well, listen. He voted for many times. I think we need to get bring that back out again. Let's zoom in a bit again because Dominic, fantastic artist, absolutely fantastic artist. Listen, Mexican Iron Man. Okay, we all agree. We all agree.
That is a lot of Doctor Who's. We've got some ones. We've got a couple of ones, but Doctor Who definitely won the day on that one.
And quite deserved. Although you have to tell you, this Judge Anderson one, freaking awesome. I have to. It's a very good card. So although I'm not sure what was going to be cards number 9 and 10, maybe 7 on. Actually, maybe we'll do a double. Maybe we will do 7 of 9 and what's the name from Enterprise to Pole, right? Going to the logical conclusion. That's what we can call the card. Okay. Again. I'll go wherever you want to go. What would you like to know, sir?
What got you started? What got you started wanting to do this? When was it like I'm gonna break into this and I'm gonna do this? I'm kicking it on the Indiegogo. You've got a YouTube channel. What made you break out into this and do this?
Well, I about 6-7 years ago, I decided I hated my job, which was a freelance graphic designer and web designer. Absolutely hated it. I've worked out that just about any client I could find would be incredibly improved by holding their head underwater for 10 minutes. Right, that normally was the case. So I decided to quit doing that and start making comics. But I did that the exact same millisecond the crazes took over the industry, right? The exact same. So yeah. I had no idea why my stuff was going nowhere. It turned out it's because I was a white guy that believes in God. I'm a like right center guy. That is verboten in the industry today. Not enhance me.
Enhance.
Problem being there, bro. Problem being has just put out an incredible. What's it called again? Incredible song for was it sampling? Was it as from Hills versus Babyface? It's so funny. It's so funny. I listened last night. I nearly urinated because I was laughing so much. But That's a good T'Pol and Sharon Valari. Wait, which one's Sharon Valari?
Sharon Valeri is Boomer off of Battlestar Galactica.
Thank you. Oh, Battlestar Galactica. See, I couldn't do a sexy card of Starbuck because she's too like. I have too much respect for her.
Yep. Yeah. Isn't that weird? Yeah. You think of Starbuck, you think of kick ass, no nonsense. Right. You think of, Six or Sharon, and you're like,
number 6. There you go. Number 6 is the way to go. Yeah. Listen, I thought that show was good when their first shot was her walking into the camera box. No, she arrived very early on.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
She was the first Cylon we saw, the first human Cylon when she walked into that space station. Yeah.
You're right. The Cylons were created by man. I freaking love that show. I got to do a rewatch of it. Yeah, it's really, really good. So yeah, okay. So I hated. So I started making comics. I started with biblical because I'm a rabbi, right? So I know the Bible pretty well, and the cool thing is I know most people don't know it. They know it vaguely. So I figured if I did like a real like weighty story that people kind of recognize, but had much more depth and meaning to it, like because there's a lot of stuff that you don't get from your children's Bible translation. Like I go from the original Hebrew and lots of these Kabbalistic commentaries. So I started doing that, and that actually went pretty well. So I did a bunch of those itches on those, and then I was doing some web strips at the same time. So I was doing this weekly Doctor Who-esque strip called The Ice Warriors. So there were these Doctor Who strips in the 60s and the 90s, which were just one page. They had one page, you had a full story. And it's a great discipline as a writer because you've got to go have a beginning, middle, and end and give them something to read and have it not too slight. And it really carries the story nicely. So I was doing those, and he wanted to do something. So I came up with this idea of the Imperium. And we did an Indiegogo for it. We raised enough to do it, and then he vanished. He did 6 pages and then totally vanished. Right? I think he was sick. I don't know what happened. So I had to find another artist, which is where I found Dominic. But by then it was around 2018 that Doctor Who they brought in the new stunning and brave female Doctor Who, and I was like on board for it before it happened. I thought, yeah, this is going to be interesting. It's awful. It was absolutely, and then you couldn't talk about it. Star Trek Discovery fans know the same thing. Star Wars fans know the same thing. We all know the same thing. You're not allowed to talk about it online because then you get called, all these, bigot or racist or whatever stupidity they tell you. So that's how I got into Phantom Menace. I found Nerdrotic. Right, so I went from there. So I went from Nerdrotic, and I really saved my life because I thought I was taking crazy pills. And so because of him, he kept saying, "So start your own channel." So I was like, "Yeah, maybe it sounds like fun." Then I found out about Comicscape from there, right? And I got into Ethan's channel and your boy Zach, and it just seemed they had reinvented the wheel on how people like me with no real juice in the industry could develop an audience and sell your comics, right? That's the basic goal: developing an audience and selling your comics. So that's why I started my channel. And I always had this. Actually, there's another book I'm working on about 50 pages into it. That's the campaign I really want to do. I thought I'd start with this one as priming the world, but I've got like a third one planned as well. Ideally, I would like to be doing 4 campaigns a year and do the art on one of them, and then have other artists work on the other. But that's basically the potted history of how I came to be.
That's amazing. I love EVS. EVS is one of the reasons why I'm here. Absolutely love his work. I love backing too. It's like you get addicted to backing.
You do. You absolutely do. And I've been really bad because I need to do I only realized there were comments today that I had to reply to. I got to do updates. I got to reply. I got to put out another email on the email list. It's just I'm kind of working out what I'm doing as I'm doing it, even though Everybody's told me what to do, and I just haven't really. I thought I pulled it together, but yeah, it's going okay. But I got to very much more include the backers because we're all in it together. I mean, that's the great thing about Indiegogo and crowdfunding. The better we do, the better we all do, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, the other thing I really love about comics, other than the comics are all like, everybody's very, very passionate about them. They care about every panel. That's the tragedy with mainstream comics. Everybody doing it couldn't care less about comics, whereas I love comics, and everybody working in comics loves the comics. And every panel you can see I'm like working to earn you, to earn you as an audience, because it really matters, right? It really matters to comics creators. But the better we do, the better we all do. So if I see somebody else who has a campaign and they're doing well, I feel good for Ethan. I feel good for whoever. That's why I like having people on my channel. But yeah, it's a great So it's really it's funny. It's the most egalitarian form of comics I think that ever existed.
Well, you guys, to me, you guys are keeping the industry alive. It's the people working the Indiegogos right now that are keeping comic books and art books and graphic novels. You guys are what is keeping everything alive, because mainstream's dead. There is nothing in mainstream that's going anywhere.
Mainstream, it's just so bizarre. It's like the audience told them really clearly over and over and over again what they want, and they weren't given it, and they left, and people miss comics, right? People miss enjoying enjoyable comics, which it's a tragedy. It really is. It's really sad. But it breaks my heart how they destroyed Mad Magazine and Vertigo. Can you imagine magazine if we had a satirical magazine that made fun of both sides of the political aisle, of both sides of the culture war? It'll be brilliant. It'll be like an incredible magazine. But they instead, every freaking issue is Anthony Newman was the former president. Every freaking issue. It's like, please, enough already.
It's all one-sided. And
completely.
For anyone,
now it is. Now, listen, America now, the world's greatest democracy, doesn't have a functioning democracy. There's no freedom of speech. There's no working democracy. There's no right of free assembly. Keep holding your guns is what I would suggest to everybody. Keep holding your guns, because they're coming for that next. And they're coming. I kind of realized that China is not the enemy of America. Now China is the role model of what America wants to be. At least what the leadership of America wants it to be, from what I can tell.
Well, all I want is good comic books, good entertainment, good TV, good movies, and we're not getting that unless we're going to in places like India, making it ourselves. The lack of accountability for all these people working in all these it's just, I can't believe they're making another season of Star Trek Discovery. Really, haven't you made your point? Really? Yeah, Batwoman season 3. I hear they're going to extend that. I can't.
I haven't even tried. It's
bad.
Into it.
It's bad, brother. It's so bad. It's like, well, colored kids, they don't get rescued by superheroes. Did you know that? Did you know colored children don't get rescued? No, they talked about that in Batwoman episode 4, I think. That colored children do not get rescued by superheroes. Superheroes don't care about colored children.
You got to watch out for that patriarchy. Superheroes, the most altruistic people in the entire. You know where superheroes came from, which is a interesting thing. Superheroes they had this idea of a super being, which was adopted by Germany. They made they went for this thing called the Übermensch, which eventually ended up in those, I can't say the name on YouTube. Those very naughty National Socialists from Germany in the 1930s. They used to make camps that you concentrated in very, very hard. Those people. So then America, you had Siegel and Schuster. They took the same idea of the super being, the Übermensch, and they made Superman, right? And it was the first time you had the strong helping the weak. You know, it's like it is such a purely American idea. It's wonderful. Actually, that's my not my next campaign. My third campaign is going to be a superhero, a Superman book. I'll call him something else. You know, because although maybe not, maybe DC will actually not be existing in any way, shape, or form by the time I do that.
The Chinoculus piece says the entertainment industrial complex has decided our IPs are their indoctrination platforms. It seems.
Yeah, but it's not working for them. I mean, if it was a plan that actually worked, right? Fine, but it's not.
No,
it's like we've all been red pill. And like even to the extent that you can actually have something that's quite good, but it's also indoctrination, which I think was it WandaVision. Are you watching WandaVision?
Oh yeah.
So it's not bad. It's not bad. But like it's got all the awful tropes. So you get a black woman who's been dropped on top of this very successful franchise, and you're just immediately supposed to love her and root for her. I have no idea. I'm not a massive like Marvel guy. I mean, I used to like the MCU, but okay, great. She's going to be Captain Marvel or Black or whatever it's going to be called. But like, you haven't given us a reason to root for the character. Like Iron Man, you had a very flawed character, and you had him go through adversity. You also had, Thor. Yeah, you had him being a shallow guy going through adversity, but you didn't see anything with Monica Rambeau. Now she's suddenly got superpowers for no discernible reason. What they should have done is those first three episodes were garbage. Those first 3 episodes were like, we got the point in 5 minutes. They should have edited those. They'd edited the first 4 episodes into one movie-length episode, and they should have told us a lot more about Monica Rambeau, who's apparently one of the main characters, and like build her, take her from a kid that was the last time we saw her, and build her up, make her into this person. But right now she's just a Mary Sue, which is terrible. Like it's demeaning. It's demeaning to the audience. It's demeaning to the minorities that they treat like purse puppies.
the character too.
I'm sorry.
The character too. It's demeaning to the character too.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, they're so obviously telegraphing that it's the MCU. You think Iron Man? Well, not the Mexican Iron Man. Just throw being Mexican on top of the heat, with chips and salsa, and you get okay. What's it? Don't do Starfire's daughter. No. Oh, man, we should do a like a hot version of them, like a very very gender. What's the opposite of gender fluid? Gender solid.
I guess gender solid.
Yeah, very very gender solid version of it.
I'd get behind that.
Yeah, but you can't ever come out. Was it the New Warrior? Was it New Warriors? Yeah, did it ever come out?
No, New Warriors never came out.
Oh man, they got owned so badly by that. That's the other thing. These idiots keep getting owned by their own stupidity.
By their own stupidity and their own wokeness.
Right. It's crazy. It's like, again, if it was 2017, fine. Okay, I understand you went a bit crazy. But like, we've seen the results of it, right? We've seen the results of it, and they just don't care. They don't care that it failed. I mean, Doctor Who, I've never seen a show go from doing so well to doing so badly, so obviously because they went woke. It was like they hemorrhaged viewers.
Dude, just maybe a year before Jodie took over, if I walked into my local comic book shop, I would see a line of miniature TARDISes for sale. I would see the blue box in the corner of the comic book shop. You had a whole wall of nothing but Doctor Who shit. Now you're lucky if you find one mini TARDIS.
They just can't sell it. That's because it's garbage. I mean, that's the bottom line. Because it's absolute garbage.
Yeah, there's just nothing there. Where's your Doctor Who stuff? The what?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
what?
Nobody wants it. Nobody wants it because it's again it's yeah they've destroyed it. They've really again it's what I said before. When you make it for 8-year-old boys, we all love it. We all love it. We're all on board with it. Make it for 8-year-old girls, nobody likes it. The boys don't like it because it's too girly, and the girls don't like it because they don't like superheroes or Star Wars or they do because that's just the way it is.
Mexican man, I love this guy. Purple, I'm coming to the UK post COVID and taking the rabbi out for pints at the pub, then late night diner kebabs.
You're more than welcome, but I live in Israel. I live in Israel, so we can go out for pints, but we have to go for a shawarma instead of a doner kebab. All right, we can go for a falafel if you'd rather. Now I'm in the mood for a falafel.
We've actually got a couple of channel members from Israel. I remember that blew my mind the first time I saw that. I was like, holy shit, because I'm shipping mugs to Israel. Yeah.
Wow. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Where are you?
If you're out there, if you guys are out there, you can go ahead and, I mean, by all means, I don't want to throw anybody under the bus and dox anybody or anything, but when you join up for the top tier of the channel membership, I send you a mug. So I'll send you Loki's Mornings of Mischief mug. Have your coffee while you're listening to the show in the morning. And when I saw that I had two mugs going out to Israel, I was like, "Holy shit, that's amazing!" I was blown away. I could see UK. I could see the UK. I know some people in the UK. We have some people that listen to the show in UK. But Israel, really? Yes, really. Yeah, I double checked before I shipped because.
Yeah, no, we do get about that. Is true. What's your thoughts on your Stone Loki? So, what's your thoughts on the Loki series that's coming?
I have heard horrible things. We are going to get a femme.
Tell me more. Now I'm scared.
We're going to get a femme Loki for the majority of the episodes, and she is flat as a board.
Really?
Oh yeah, I'll bring you up a picture of her. She is going to supposedly. Let's see, Loki TV show. She is. I guess she's pretty enough, but she's not Femme Loki. If you ever saw Femme Loki in the comic book,
Femme Loki's kind of hot. But Femme Loki was like the villain from that last Thor movie, which I didn't really like that last movie that much.
Let's see.
It was okay. That last Thor movie, you could watch it one time and enjoy it, but that's not a rewatchable movie. And Avengers Endgame, super not rewatchable.
No.
See, the trouble with the MCU is they gave me an off-ramp just as they went woke, right? Really?
Yep.
Get out of here.
Nope. Nope. Tom Hiddleston will be doing voice parts. He's going to be in the first episode. Now, this is what I've been told. That's it. But he'll be doing narration for the rest of them. So he'll be in one episode, he'll be doing narration, and the rest of the show, this is what you're going to get. And you've already seen her in the Loki outfit. They've got pictures of her in the Loki outfit. So we know she's Femme Loki, and she's going to be in 6 episodes.
Oh, God. I can't wait till it's over so I can cancel my Disney Plus again.
We'll go back to the
reason I keep it is for so I can review stuff like WandaVision. But ever since what's his name got fired.
Cara Dune. Gina Carano.
Together, Gina Carano, who is going to be doing so much better for being fired.
Yes.
I think it's the best thing for
a lot happier.
Yeah,
she's going to be a lot happier.
Doing a low budget sci-fi movie. I am so down for that. Like a 80s feeling, like Aliens. Aliens feels like a low budget movie now, and it's still a lot of fun. So I want like that type of movie. That would be awesome.
Do you think one of the things I have been looking at, and the more money a project seems to get, the worse it gets. I don't know why, but it certainly seems like the more money that gets pumped into a big project, the worse it gets. It's like when people have to really scrape together and try hard, and we've got to.
Exactly the reason. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because people don't need to be inventive, they're not inventive. Okay, I'll give you a great example. There's a restaurant that I used to go to like a year ago, like near us, and it was always super. When it was busy, you get your food like that. They'd come like really, really quickly. When it was slower, so everything was slower because when you get pumping, when you get moving, everything moves a lot quicker. But when you don't have to push, when you don't, then you just natural inertia kicks in. So yeah, so I think there's so much. Oh God, there's a new Predator.
There's a new Predator. I'll get this. Cherokee Princess in the 1500s versus Predator.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Comanche. My bad. Comanche. Yeah, Comanche Princess versus Predator.
Okay, because there has to be a princess because that always works so well, doesn't it?
Yeah, long way from what's Disney. Disney owns Predator now. Disney owns Fox, so of course it's got to be a Comanche Princess versus Pocahontas versus the Predator.
Okay. Like again, like have they not seen Terminator, Rogue Fate? I mean, like honestly,
no, they haven't.
It's like how many? Like it was it Birds of Prey, Charlie's Angels. How many times? I mean, okay, imagine this. For some reason, you want to slam your dick in a drawer, right? You go, so you put your dick in the drawer and go, wham! And you go, that was awful. That was really bad. That was the worst thing that ever happened to me. I'm going to try that again. Like why?
Yeah. I've said the same thing in the past, except it's a bear trap. If you go and stick your dick in the bear trap and you scream and you're like, help me, you know what? Yeah, I'll go over there and I'll open up the bear trap and I'll help you out. You do it a second time, fucker. You're on your own. I'm not coming back and helping you again.
See, yeah, I'm kind of of the opinion that if you stick your dick in a bear trap, you're not going to be able to save your dick. It's basically got to that point.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's that's what so. But I think slamming and draw, it might survive. But listen, I think we're splitting hairs. This one.
But when you want to make money, I think you find ways to make money. When you don't care and you're only trying to get your agenda out there, you're not going to make any money. It's good to show.
That's the thing. Listen, Max Versaggio, I think it was they often describe her as saying the only thing she needs to do to maintain her work is to keep on maintaining her identity, which is what she's clearly hired on, right? That's the only thing she needs. Anything else, not so much. Like she doesn't need to write stories that anybody's going to have any interest in seeing whatsoever.
Oh, and the Comanche Princess is going to be a Comanche trans, I guess. Yeah, really? The male wants to be male, wants to be a male.
Okay, if you're a trans person, I have no hatred for you whatsoever. I'm happy to try and gender you however you want. I really am. I don't mind. I'm happy to try and do that. I might giggle because sometimes it looks a bit silly. I might giggle, and if I do, I just giggle at funny things. That's just what I do. I'm sorry. I apologize. But I'm not going to believe that if you menstruate, you're male, right? I'm just not going to believe that. I'm not going to believe that if you have a female penis. Now, I'm happy to be wrong. That's just my opinion, right? That's just one guy's opinion. I'm happy to be wrong, but you can't force me to believe your weirdo stuff. Because you're just being weird about it.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I have always believed in a live and let live, and whatever floats your boat. There's a million different ways you can say it. Whatever takes your fancy, whatever floats your boat, live and let live. But
those days are over, baby.
Yeah,
those days are gone.
Because we're getting our fingers pointed at us and saying, well, you're this, that, and the other because we don't like a television show or we don't like a movie or we don't like something someone's created, and it's not even the trans community that's throwing a fit. Like all this shit with Gina Carano,
Yeah, no, it's
it
not
wasn't even.
It's weirdos. It's just Twitter weirdos.
It's Twitter weirdos. Listen to what she herself talked about, sitting down with members of the trans community and talking to them. And we can totally tell you're a sweetheart, dear. It's just this mob. It's this mob that's going after anybody and everybody, and you're getting caught in the middle. They said it themselves. That's exactly what is going on.
Yeah, but the trouble is they're terrified of the mob. When you have extremists plus cowards, which is, I think, it's really what we saw around the election. Extremists plus cowards. You get totalitarianism. It's what happens.
Yep, and Coca-Cola doesn't like me anymore. I tell you what, Fenner, I've got 2 12 packs of Coca-Cola sitting in the living room that are just sitting there right now. I am drinking a Mr. Pibb Extra artificially flavored spicy cherry cola. I won't drink Coke anymore.
I think they made Mr. Pibb anymore.
Yeah, they still make Mr. Pibb.
Well, good for them.
It's just hard as hell to find it. It's one of those rare things that you got to be like, ooh, look, Mr. Pibb.
Okay, my favorite beverage you can't get anywhere. You can't. It's really hard to find. It is Diet. It's Dr. Brown's Diet Celery, which is a soda made out of celery. Which I'm the only person in the world who likes it. I have no idea who else they make it for. I like that just because it's so weird.
I've never heard of celery soda.
Yeah, celery. It's Dr. Brown's. I think it's on the East Coast. It might not be on the West Coast. No, I saw it on the West Coast. I don't know. So check it out. It's so weird. I kind of like it.
So, is there anything, before we get out of here this morning, is there anything else you want to tell us about the campaign? Anything you're pushing towards? Anything you have coming? Anything? I know you've got your own YouTube. We're going to throw that out there too, guys. If you have not checked out the Rabbi's YouTube channel, check it out. If you like his content, make sure you subscribe and ring that bell. But is there anything you want to tell us before we get out of here?
I did have quite a fun cancellation adventure yesterday. let me throw up this thumbnail.
Yeah,
that got me into trouble. It's really funny. Hang on. So there was a thing called Doctor Who watch-alongs that were going along, where during lockdown they would pick a Doctor Who episode, and all Doctor Who fans would watch it together, right? And it was really, for the first time in years, we actually had a bit of unity in fandom. And then it kind of went sideways. But anyway, they chose one was a story for the watch along, and the Twitter weirdos freaked out because the guy who wrote that episode, a gay guy from they counted him because he made a joke about
oh my
he made a joke saying how trans people are a little bit dramatic at times, right? So anyway, these guys have got such a hard on for me because I take the piss out of them all the time. And so they wanted to cancel me a few months ago because I was going through the Doctor Who companions, and I came up with this one, Victoria, I was going through the ones I would like to sleep with. I said, Victoria, super hot, always scared, suffering from PTSD, pretty easy to get in bed. I think that's the way to go. Yeah, I think So because I'm a normal person, I didn't have to preface this by saying I don't want to rape children, right? Because they then said, wait a minute, according to a character bio, she's only 15 or 16. That means you like children. And no, she is she was like a 20-year-old, very attractive actress. So anyway, so that all went on. So then when they had all this meltdown going on with the watchdog, I made this thumbnail, and they lost their shit. It was hilarious. It was so funny. They absolutely lost it. And this is so obviously trolling them. I thought they would have the good sense to just let it go. Just ignore me. No. Because they're so stupid. They're so painfully stupid, these people. So yeah, so they spent the last day like that was a YouTube with a channel with 20,000 subscribers, like trying to get people to report and cancel me, and the campaign didn't go very well. Didn't go anywhere.
No, of course not.
Yeah, so that's my fun cancellation adventure. Come over to my channel anytime. I will. I have an eclectic mix of taking the piss out of weirdos, boobies, religion, sci-fi comics, more boobies. Because you know what,
boobs.
They're always better when they come in pairs.
Yes, totally.
And listen, if you buy it, this is just life advice. If you're courting somebody and you're making out and you get like one boob permission for one boob, right? There's always means you get permission for both. That's just like I very rarely have only had the one boob permission. It's always for the two. So yeah, they're better coming in pairs.
They're always better in pairs. Like this crazy show. Thank you so very much, Rabbi, for being here this morning. Guys, if you are not subscribed to this man on YouTube, go and check out his channel. If you like his content, click that subscribe, ring that bell, and check out this man's Indiegogo. I am back. Mexican Iron Man is back. I can't wait to get my 40 for 40. Check out his Indiegogo today. Thank you again, sir. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Having me. It's been a blast.
Absolutely. Guys, we've got the Valkyries coming up in a little over an hour. Samantha Joe and Purple Valkyrie will be looking at cosplay in just a little over an hour. Check them out. Thank you so very much, y'all, for being here this morning, and we will catch you guys tomorrow.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.